Yes, y'all. Emergency pod.
Yeah.
I know y'all were expecting studio episode 103 tonight. You know what I mean? But we had to call a quick audible. You know what I mean? Because something just happened in the culture. You know, we the rap round table. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it as a family. You know what I mean? Now, unfortunately, Jar Badini cannot be here with us tonight. You know what I mean? They're going to give their takes at a later date. But obviously, you see the OVO captain, Macito, in the building. You know
I
what I
made it.
mean?
I made
We
it.
got BTG, West Side. You know what I mean? We got him in the building, and
What's
we
up?
got to talk about this. Yo, what's up with your man Drake?
Drake.
Drake,
The last thing
bro.
I seen, he was playing ping pong with Curry.
Now, before we really get into it, I gotta remind everybody to like, comment, subscribe,
Yes,
get
sir.
this up to 350 likes at least. You know what I mean? But we're not trying to waste no time with no introductions. You know what I mean? Your man Drake, the boy, just unleashed 100 gigabytes of content upon the masses. 100 gigs. You know how much that is, bro? 100 gigs.
A lot of internet. I ain't gonna lie.
So he brought out 3 new songs and basically just, I don't know, 999,000 other gigs of just random videos, bro.
Yeah,
What's going
behind the
on,
scenes
man?
footage.
Behind the scenes footage, playing ping
Random
pong with Steph
convos.
Curry.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean? It's a lot going on in this little website. He put it out on a .org website, which I found funny, but I'm gonna save that take for a little bit later. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, man, let's get into all the content. Well, not can't possibly get into all the content, but let's get into the 3 songs first of all. You know what I mean? You got 3 joints on there called "It's Up," "Blue, Green, Red," "Housekeeper Knows," featuring Lotto. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's go to the OVO captain, man. What's going on with your boy?
I'm glad we starting off with the music, Sin, because we of course we gonna get into the antics over here. We got BTG in the house, you know what I mean. Y'all know where Sin stands, but the music alone is tough. I'm sorry, the music is good. It's
All
up.
of it?
All of it, Sin, all of it. It's up
Mm,
is obviously the highlight for rap fans. I think that's what I like the most. I think if anybody of our fan base is going fuck with, I think it's up. Got Young Thug on there. It's good to hear Thug on the track. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people have been waiting on that. 21 Savage on there as well, throwing maybe shots. I know people are speculating that he might have thrown shots on there. You know what I mean? There's a reference to Pac in some of the bars. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And Drake doing his thing on the melodies like Kendrick likes, and a little bit of tough guy talk. I think Kendrick maybe skip past that part. You know what I mean? But I like it. I'm not gonna lie. It's dope music. The joint with Lotto, I even think is tough. It's not a joint that I'm going to spin back, but to me,
Okay.
it's a better version of what been trying to do with Sexy Red. You know what I mean? I think he's looking for a female rapper to rap next to, and I think Lotto fits that more. I think he's gonna be on the Lotto album this Friday. You know what I mean? And then the listen, the other joint, the blue green, that's more honestly Nevermind vibes. That's more of Gordo just released his song. So it's not 3 songs that's the same. It's 3 songs with 3 different fan bases. And
Of
Drake is
course.
doing what he's done. He doing what he do. He's feeding the streets, bro. The fan base want to do music. That's what he's doing. You know what I mean? So I like all 3 songs. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's Up is the highlight though. If y'all gonna
It's
listen to anything, go fuck with It's Up and then see how y'all feeling about it.
true.
Okay.
Vela, let us know what you think about the music.
I haven't heard none of it.
Okay.
I haven't. It's not to say that I'm not going to listen to it. I just didn't know. When I seen the footage, when I seen some of the footage, I just thought it was some. I just thought it was some footage. I didn't hear anything about the gig or anything like that.
Oh, damn.
I haven't.
Copy.
I haven't heard anything from his side. I wouldn't. You know how it is. We still over here winning. So I
Taking your
didn't. I
victory lap still?
no. It's like when you run laps and then when you finish after you won, you just walk around. That's what we're doing right now. That's what we're doing.
Copy. I
So no,
feel you.
but here's the thing though. Honestly, I'm happy for him to put out some music. Just no antics though. That's the only thing that I don't want. I don't want no antics.
Well,
We were
okay. No antics, but I mean, we could kind of look at this as kind of an antic, no? This is not a bit of an antic. Here's my question, and I'm going to give my takes on the music in a second. But here's my question, and I'm going to pose this question to both of you. Why put this 3-pack on a free website instead of putting it on the streaming services like a normal artist would do?
Maybe
like he would do normally.
Maybe it's something he's trying to push. Maybe he's on his Kanye and he wants to drive the crowd to a certain area. I don't know. We'll never know with this guy, but we know when it comes to Drake, dog, outside of the battle and whatever your taste of music is, he's trying to move something. He's trying to be the first to do this or the number one at that. So I can't knock him for trying to do something different. I mean, look what we did this year alone with YouTube alone. Everybody got to monetize off of that if you have a page.
Right.
And that's credited to Drake and K-Dot. So I think, he's no longer he hasn't been just an artist in a very long time. He's a businessman, like Jay said. You know what I mean? So it's like we don't know the direction because we don't know what he's been doing after the battle, to tell you the truth. So I think he's just trying to. I think he's just trying to feed his fan base. At the end of the day,
I think he's trying to feed his fan base. All right, Mace, you agree with that?
They starving out there. They hungry. Look at Mace. Mace lost weight, all kinds of stuff, man.
Listen, man, I think Bella is onto something. He's trying to feed the fan base. I don't think. Listen, when Kendrick does free stuff, it's looked at as a man of the people.
We're not. Okay,
and
I'm gonna chime in a second.
Sam, let him cook. Let him cook.
Why he's putting it out for free? He put it out for free. We all hearing it the same way. You know what I mean? Maybe it's sampling issues. I think it's just this is like a whole content sort of thing. It's the music. It's the because it's not just those 3 songs. It's a lot of songs playing in the background of those studio sessions. He's up there recording the reference track for Kanye, one of Kanye's songs up on one of the videos. So it's like a bunch of different sort of content going on up there. It's stuff as far back as Take Care. You know what I mean? So I think, despite, the Ja Rule accusations, Drake is still the highest streaming rapper this month and last month on these social net or on these streaming, platforms. So it's not like he's dying for a stream. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just part of the whole presentation of all of this stuff.
I see. I see the spin job is working. Drake trying to rebrand the narrative is really working on y'all. I see that, man. I see.
No. Here's the thing. I know what he's trying to do. Just let him do it, Sin. I mean, what else does he have left?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not all that mad about this particular move, but I'm gonna see the move for what it is. You know what I mean? He's definitely trying to spin the narrative back in his direction. You know what I mean? He does. At some point, something's got to stick. But that's the thing. This really reeks to me. It reeks of desperation, bro. It really does. 100 gigabytes of content. 100.
You know what he's trying to say? It doesn't look genuine.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't. But see,
if this was a rollout, this is a sloppy rollout.
But this is so. I want to rebut something that May said because he's always trying to do this. This is always his go-to move.
I'm telling you.
You know what I mean? If the roles were reversed, if the shoe was on the other foot, we'd look at it differently. And I'm like, hell yeah, we would look at it differently because these are 2 different people with 2. They've shown to have 2 completely different motives.
Yeah.
Drake's motive is completely self-serving. It's always been self-serving. You know what I mean? So when I look at Drake making a move like this, again, I'm not overly mad at it. If it's a rollout, hey, knock yourself out. Everybody got different rollouts, and you definitely got to be inventive with the rollouts these days to really get the people going. You know what I mean? Even if you're Drake. But here's what I'm looking at. Every single song that he's dropped, whether it's his song, whether it's some jokey shit like Walk on Delilah on Twitter, or it's a feature on somebody else's record, whether it's another rapper or even a pop singer, none of that shit has stuck, bro. Ain't none of it hit. The Drake stimmy is not stimmying right now. You know what I mean? Even his own man said that Ack is on the payroll. Even he said there's literally no Drake stimulus package right now.
But
You know
that's
what I mean?
only because of K Dot. Again, if they don't battle this year,
but they
everything
did
that has
right.
no, I understand. But what I'm saying is, if they don't battle, if K Dot doesn't do what he did, everything that we see was already lined up for him to win. It's just not sticking because K Dot hit him that hard. Made people look at him a little bit different. That's it.
All right. But my point here is he could have easily how many times has he released like a Lucy here and there? A 3-pack. You know what I mean? And the people they go for it. You know what I mean? They like it's up. Yo, new Drake on Apple Music, new Drake on Spotify. Let's go run that up.
So he
you know what
he
I mean?
has a song
But
called
the
This
fact
Up.
he does have a song called This Up. And it
I
goes.
wonder where he got
this
that
shit is
from,
hard.
Mace.
That shit is hard. But my point is this. Let me just put a bow on this point. It feels like to me, he's looking at how the numbers ain't numbering and the stimulus ain't stimmying the way it used to when he puts music on the streams. So he's like, you know what I mean? You know what? I'm gonna put these songs on a website and try to, you know what I mean, get the ball rolling that way. And that way, there's no metrics to track on a free website. He put that shit on a .org, like he's a fucking nonprofit organization, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? So he puts that shit up on a .org website. You can't track the metrics. You don't know if it, you know, how the numbers is numbering. You know what I mean? And like, because if he put more songs on the streams and they flop too, that's more chatter that's coming at his head. You know what I mean? So he's trying to avoid the people coming for his head.
I kind of get it. So you're saying that you think the reason why he put it behind the .org is so we wouldn't tell if he's losing in the numbers?
I'm saying the fact that he even put it on the website, that the fact that he didn't even
You mean he just wants
didn't
you
put
to
it on the
enjoy
streams
music
at
for the
all.
music? Why is that such a bad thing?
He ain't never been at
Because
that.
here's why. Because I don't trust Drake's
the king
motives.
of that. He was the SoundCloud at the middle of the night nigga.
I don't trust Drake, especially post beef.
SoundCloud died a long time ago.
I don't trust Drake's motives. I think the moves are disingenuous. You know what I mean? And this is what I'm saying. Like, sure, if it was somebody else, I'd be like, oh shit, free music. You know what I mean? But like the timing of everything, this coming like post beef, it coming after all of those songs that he put on streams. Not one of them got any traction. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. It feels a little desperate to me. Am I wrong for that? Chat, am I wrong for that? Chat, thumbs up or thumbs down if you think if you think there's a slight inkling of desperation, crazy. Give me a thumbs up. If you think I'm bugging, give me a thumbs down.
How do you feel about the music, Seth?
In terms of the music, it's up goes.
In terms of the music,
it's up goes. That shit is hard. You know what I mean? Blue, green, and red. He could have kept that in the other hard drive for sure. I don't know what hard drive he uploaded to this website, but he could have kept that shit in the other one. Housekeeping knows it's cool. It's kind of catchy. I feel like it could have caught a little vibe in 2019, maybe. You know what I mean? Pre-pandemic, maybe. You know what I mean? But like, ain't nothing special. Except I'll be honest. It's up. That shit is hard, especially the 21 Savage verse. I'm more inclined to listen to the 21 verse than the Drake verse, honestly.
Hey, I just seen somebody in the chat said we don't watch numbers like that. That's all Drake fans talk about is the numbers, bro. We don't have to watch it. Y'all gonna tell us.
And who does that sound like these days, Spiller?
Hey man, my guy is. Hey, we walking around, bro. At this point, if he want to run it back, let's run it back.
And this is the thing, right? Because I feel like part of the reason that he's doing it this way is because in the post, I don't want to, in their issues with each other, and since then, obviously the numbers haven't been numbering. You know what I mean? The numbers haven't numbered the same way, right? But there seems to be such a rush because when you do the deep dive on the numbers, he's still the most streamed guy, right? Mm-hmm. Everywhere. So it's like, it seems like every time he drops, if it's not a certain level, people are going crazy. So he just dropped the music. No. You like it, you don't like it, it is what it is. And it's like, because
I ain't never
Drake
seen
is
that
just
before.
doing what he does. I'm not gonna lie, Drake drops music, bro. That's what he does. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I get that a lot of people haven't been, you know, y'all got that snippet after Not Like Us. You know what I mean? Y'all running that back on YouTube, but it seemed like y'all were more interested in Drake music than, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? I thought y'all hated Drake. I thought he lost. I thought he sucked.
How? I just told you I didn't hear the music.
It's a lot of people that hate Drake that's in the chat saying the song sucks. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you a secret. It goes both ways, bro. It goes both ways, because if K-Dot drops this year, they're gonna rush to the streaming services to knock it down. So we already know that.
To knock it down, you think so?
I know so. I can look at the chat and tell you that. Somebody in the chat had said something that stood out. He said that he's testing the waters. I've never heard of Drake testing the waters. He never had to test the waters before.
That's what I'm saying. Why does Drake have to test the waters? I thought he ran the waters. You know what I mean? I thought he created all the waves in the waters.
Somebody said Kendrick gonna drop on Drake's birthday. He a wild boy for that one. He a wild boy for that one.
So you want him to be like Ether.
So this all changing lanes real quick. This all came about an Instagram profile called Plot Twist with Matt S's. Right. That somebody had noticed Drake was following and then dropped all that content on that page. You know what I mean? The link to the 100 Gigs website was on that page. And now people are noticing that he's also following this other private account, Indigo Child 369. And the bio to that account says, first account made some people anxious. Here we go again, round 2 fights. So, do we think Drake is gonna spin the block on the K-Dot beef, pause, and reignite the battle? I'm gonna go to Baylor for this. What you think?
Something telling me that his ego wants him to go back. He don't want to take that L, and rightfully so. Do I think he should? Personally, no. Just take the L. Say hip hop lost. And just make great music and keep it rolling. But I think he probably will, and then I think he's going to start more with the subliminals and antics and stuff like that. I think that's where it starts, to see if he can get K-Dot back out there. He might drop a hard song, maybe even get a dope feature from 1 or 2 artists that might throw some shots towards him as well, to antagonize, what's the word I'm looking for? Antagonize K-Dot. He might do that. So yeah, I think he will before the year is over for sure. Maybe don't he still have the festival or something like that in October or something?
The OVO Fest, right?
Yeah, right. Somebody go down with that. October right around the corner. He could play on the whole boogeyman thing. Hey, I just thought about this. What's the OG actress from Halloween? He might bring her out and say Halloween kills. Like it's a gang of stuff he could do. He got a clever team over there. I don't see him rolling over and just taking his L. But I hope he does. I hope he does.
I'm gonna have to agree with Bella again in the instance that I think there is gonna be a little subliminal shots at first. I think he gonna, I think this year maybe not, unless Kendrick, does a surprise drop or something where there's obvious type of tension from his side. I think he's kind of waiting Kendrick out in the same way that he waited the 2 Future Metro albums out before he really made a move. You know what I mean? And in the initial part of it. I don't think this is over by a long shot, bro. This is over 10 years. You know what I mean? They went on tour with each other in 2011. It sounds like Kendrick despised him ever since he got off that tour. You know what I'm saying? Control was 2013.
Basically.
Nah, it's just Jay-Z and Nas were still sending shots after Ether and Takeover. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when the issues stem from something that long ago, Absolutely not. I think they both got more shit to say about each other.
Absolutely. As far as me, yeah, I think more than ever now, Drake really is. Yeah, the battle's not sitting well. The results of it, the chatter, everybody, you know what I mean. Him being the running joke of, you know what I mean, the entire culture for like, couple months. None of that is sitting well with him, and I think that from his vantage point, and here's where I'll grant Drake a little bail, just a little bit, not too much. You know what I mean? But Kendrick sure did a great job of waiting till Drake was exhausted from, you know what I mean, multiple tours, like the biggest tour that's ever happened. Um, and he really caught him off guard. Now, this is where when people say like Kendrick won based on strategy, that's not entirely true because the songs did what they did. The songs was fire. You know what I mean? The music was fire. But he definitely the strategy aspect, Kendrick definitely had a leg up because I don't think Drake saw this coming at all. Like the timing of it, he didn't see it coming. You know what I mean? He knew at some point it was probably going to go up. But the time in which it actually went up, he was not ready for that shit. You know what I mean? So he kind of, I think Kendrick kind of caught him stumbling a little bit or just tired, not really paying attention. And then he like hit him with the 1-2 and then the uppercut. You know what I mean? So I think Drake at this point, he thinks, yo, like if I really, you know what I mean? If I build the army up, if I build the ammo, like, you know what I mean? If I collect all my ammo, if I really load up all the clips, you know what I mean? And I'm actually ready for it this time, like I'm gonna bring it to him and let's see what happens this time. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. That's where I think Drake's mindset is at right now. Because again, 100 gigabytes of content is a fucking lot to just drop on
That's
a
a lot of
random
content.
Tuesday. Like, you know how people say on a random Tuesday? It's literally a random Tuesday, bro. 100 gigs of content on the internet for free.
Well, you know why
It's crazy.
you put it out on Tuesday. You know you gotta give Joe Budden something to talk about.
Mm, mm.
and let's keep it a
Use that
buck.
angle.
I know all of us automatically think Kendrick when it comes to Drake, but how we know he ain't stepping on Kanye with this?
Hey, look,
That's another angle too.
that's a good point. I think because we don't care about Kanye like that no more. We want the rematch. Truth be told.
Yeah.
They did that against Big Sean. Big Sean went on there and said, "No, bro, I'm not talking about dude. I'm not scared of him, but I'm not talking about dude." Like, come on, man. We know what it is. Anytime Drake says something, J. Cole the only one that's been quiet and out of the way. Big Sean has been talking. Drake dropped his whole career on a floppy disk. They want Kate out to come back outside. That's what it is, man.
I think what Drake is doing here is smart. Then, despite this was the biggest loss in rap history because I think it's the biggest battle ever. So taking the L would obviously be the biggest L ever in rap history. So I think but due to that, people feel a lot more than what the numbers are saying. I looked at the numbers. The numbers overall for Drake are still numbering. You know what I mean? Maybe the Camila Cabello song ain't going number one. Maybe this ain't going number one. But overall, the catalog is still moving. So I think what he's doing here is a smart move. Ultimately, I think it's a net positive. Is what I'm trying to say.
That not you make a strong point, Mace. Overall, going back to the back catalog, you know what I mean? Everybody is still running those Drake numbers up for the classics, the old shit. You know what I mean? The Hotline Blings and you know what I mean, and what have you. Nice for what, all of that.
So maybe that's the game. So maybe
right.
that's the game
But
plan.
do you honestly you don't think that it's concerning to him that he's dropped all of these songs and none of them have caught on? You don't think that's like in the back of his mind or in the front of his mind?
Well,
trying to figure out
I'll say yeah, but when you kind of think Drake post views or I'll say post Scorpion has been more of a volume shooter anyway when it came to the, you know what I mean? If we're going to be honest about where he was at even before the battle, you know what I mean? You could argue that For All the Dogs didn't have any big hits, you know what I mean? That CLB didn't have any big hits. You know what I mean? I think Drake is more about putting up the shots and knowing that collectively they all going to eventually equal a certain amount of points, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, collectively, those projects did some numbers. You know what I mean? For All the Dogs,
You think
did
if
numbers.
Drake dropped today that it's not going to do no numbers?
Well, but that's what I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not going that far. I'm just saying the fact that, like, you know what I mean? Again, back to the Drake's stimmy. The Drake stimulus package was a real thing. Anytime that Drake dropped anything, people would immediately rush it. You know what I mean? Shooting up the charts.
The timeline seems like everybody rushing it right now, Sin. That's
On a free website, which is what I'm saying, which then, you know what I mean? Even if the numbers do number, what there's no official tracking of this at all. You know what I mean?
Make no mistake, everybody's gonna rush to it. Even myself, now that I know there's some tracks, I'm gonna go listen.
I mean, you didn't.
I didn't. I didn't even. I had no.
You didn't.
I had no knowledge of it, but I'm sure if I would have spent the rest of the day on Twitter, I would have found out eventually. It would have got into the group chat. But what I'm saying is, everybody's waiting on him. The spotlight is still on those two, so they're gonna get the attention. And Drake is who he is. Look, I'm not the biggest fan of him, but I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? He has a fan base, and his fan base is not about to let him go out like that. They not.
No,
you know
well,
I mean?
I know that for sure. Being on Twitter all day.
So the best thing to do is to, you know, give them what they want. That's why I say it's a net positive, because I know it's a lot of people in the chat, a lot of smart people in the chat that's talking about it's garbage, but I know those people weren't quite fans of Drake anyway. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think at this point it's about to not ja rule yourself, is to not lose your fan base. You feel what I'm saying? So
True.
I think that as long as he you know, can make sure that the people who already like him still like him, then he's fine. And I think this is part of this move definitely lends itself to that.
Yeah, I mean, I see, like, honestly, if I'm being honest, I see both sides. You know what I mean? Like, he's feeding his fan base. He's feeding the fans. And I honestly appreciate that aspect of it. But again, there's something just inherently disingenuous to me about Drake, to where I feel like that's not the whole story. You know what I mean? Would he be making this move if the narrative were not so far from what he would like it to be? You know what I mean?
No,
I don't think so.
Exactly.
No, I don't think
you know what I mean? So
No.
I think he's trying to save face. I don't think it's the worst move in the world. You know what I mean? But still, like, if he and you know what? I think I'm a little stuck on the number 100 gigs. You know what I mean? Like me, somebody that's dealing with media all day, every day. 100 gigs. Like if he would have capped it at like 10. No, 10. Okay, the 10 with videos, maybe like 50. You know what I mean? Capped it at around 50. But 100, like, it's a lot, man.
I'm waiting for the real stands to like uncover what's going on in the videos, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm part of the OVO team, but after the 3 songs, I wasn't getting into the rest of that shit. You know so I'm hoping the fans, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm not running the videos back. I seen the Kanye Yikes shit, and I was like, oh, okay, this is the type of shit that's gonna be up here. But nah, I can't watch Drake conversations with Boy Wonder in the Smokey studio. That's not quite my vibe, you know.
But all right, but why not, Mace? That's interesting. I'm interested in that. Like, why not?
I think it's part of, you know, Joe Budden has made mention of it, as well as us, that Drake just has a lot of fan bases. You know what I'm saying? So there are some people that are like, yo, I'm fucking with the music, and he does have a rabid enough fan base that they're gonna watch 99 gigs of him.
That's a great that's a great point though, seeing. Drake has different type of fan bases,
but
so I'm gonna feed all of them.
Right, but I'm asking because of this. If Nas drops, you know what I mean, just like some behind the scenes footage on a website, you know what I mean, with him and Primo in the studio, him and, you know, old videos of him and Alchemist, you know what I mean? I'm doing a whole Alchemist series on Twitter right now, so like I'm in that bag. You know what I mean? Or just him and Hit Boy, you know what I mean? Chopping it up in the studio, making magic. Like, I'm on that. I'm on that. Like that's intriguing to me. That's fascinating to me.
Well, but Nas been rapping about the kids in the trees though, so we we expect that from his brand or whatever. Was saying
And I
was
don't
saying
think
is
my fault, Bailey. Go ahead, bro.
no, I was gonna say was saying we don't expect this out of Drake. It just seems a little funny that he's turning the corner all of a sudden.
Right.
And that's all. It's just questionable moves. But you made a good point as well, though. He got to feed multiple fan bases.
And I think that's
if he drops a song that the culture don't like, well, maybe it's not for us. It's for that other culture.
That's why I think he's going with it. And since to counter your argument, I think Nas is an interesting case because Nas has never been accused of being, overexposed. You know what I'm saying? Like, we getting too much Nas. Maybe, in prime Jay-Z era, maybe they wouldn't have did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nas is somebody who's always carried a mystique, similar to Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Similar to 3K. So seeing the behind-the-scenes footage from those type of artists would be more intriguing than, a Lil Wayne behind the scenes, a Drake behind the scenes, a 50 Cent behind the scenes. Artists, so we've seen all of that shit for years, you know what I'm saying? But I can see where you come from, though.
All right. Since you mentioned overexposure, y'all don't think Drake is running the risk of overexposing himself more so than pause about the fool, but more so than you know what I mean? Because again, like Mace, you said like he's a volume shooter. He's always dropping music. Like he's dropping a house album, he's dropping a collab album with 21. He's dropping like, you know what I mean? Like Mad Lucy's, the 3-pack, the fucking Scary Hours shit. Like, is there not a point where it's gonna be oversaturation? Just too much overexposure.
I think it's going to be too much for him in general, like
How
personally.
you feel about that?
I think it's going to be too much on him personally. Like we just said, he has multiple fan bases, so he ain't gonna be able to feed everybody when they want to be fed. So the house track, I mean, that's going to a certain crowd. He's able to do it. I mean, he can do damn near anything he wanted to do. He kept niggas from performing in his own country, so it ain't much that he can't do. So at the end of the day, I think he just got to stay whatever course he set out there. Just stick with it. Leave K-Dot alone and just stick with the business aspects, and that is feed everybody else.
Mace?
I think Drake is kind of crossed over into overexposure, like maybe 5-6 years ago. I think at this point, the type of standard that he's set is almost like that he's a constant in music. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's battling with that right now because of the Kendrick shit. You know what I'm saying? But this is like the standard that he's kind of set, post Scorpion, that there's always a Drake song out. There's always a Drake verse. There's always a Lucy. There's always an album that might be on the way. So I think, obviously it's hard to judge him post Kendrick War. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I think it's business as usual. And while there's definitely don't look at the numbers, guys, you know what I mean? Like it's like playing in the park, you know what I mean? Nobody know if you miss 20 shots on in Rucker, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, why not? This is what he does. You know what I mean? It's like it's gonna look some way to somebody. Either he go hide in the house, and it's like you see this nigga's hiding in the house because he knew better, or you come outside the house and they say, oh, he trying to make us forget about that ass whooping he took. It's a lose-lose situation, you know.
Facts. I see that. I do think that, like you said, you know what I mean, he has been a constant in music, right? And that's been at this point, it's his brand. Like he does not go away. He's ever present, and he always keeps a hit in his back pocket, you know what I mean, or up the sleeve or whatever, you know what I mean? Which again brings me back to why I think he's taking this route, because that has not been the case for the last several months. And I think, you know what I mean? I think it's thrown him into a bit of a stupor. Like he doesn't know what the fuck to do right now. You know what I mean? Like maybe just throw mad fucking random videos and 3 Lucy's on the website. See if that happens. See if that works.
He's saying he doesn't know what to do right now because there's nobody hot right now. This is not me taking a shot at him, but there's not a wave going on right now. There's no one to be attached to right now.
Talk about that.
There's no one to attach to right now. There's not a sound out there that he can attach himself to.
There's Yachty.
So the best again, there's not a sound.
Yo, Jaw about to pop out. You bring up Yachty, man.
You say Yachty 3 times, you know what I mean? Jaw will show up behind you.
Is that Jaw's music?
No, but I think that's another good reason for him to lay low is because there's nothing out right now, man. It's real bad out there. It's real bad out there.
That's a fact.
And what more proof? And what more proof do we need by him doing a record with Sexy Red, seeing that flop? Oh, let me go get Lotto now.
Yeah,
bro, it's gonna keep going and keep going and keep going until the wave starts.
Also, like I'm not. It's hard to really timestamp these songs though. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's up.
Oh,
is that a recent, you know what I mean, collab with 21, or was that like a cutting room floor from, you know what I mean, For All the Dogs?
I think they all sound like cutting room floor joints, and that's a good question. Obviously, the joint that sounds like the Honestly Nevermind joint, we got a joint with 21 that could have been her lost era. You know what I mean? The Lotto joint, I don't know. The Lotto joint kind of sounds new to me. And I only say that maybe with the knowledge that Drake may or may not be dealing with her sister. You know what I mean? In recent months, I think that's what the 4 Bats verse was supposed to be about, Lotto's sister, whatever. So I think the Lotto Drake relationship is new in general. So I can't see that being too much of an old joint. I don't think he went into the studio and recorded none of these joints for this website, but it sounds like a newer type of song.
Copy. I have one more issue to bring up, and then we could call it a wrap on this. Where's Kendrick?
In a cave.
Taylor.
He's in a cave. What do you want him to do? He's in a cave.
Because people are asking now. I'll be on Twitter, you know what I mean? Like, Elon makes sure that the fucking algorithm puts all the Kendrick community tweets in front of my face, you know what I mean?
But look, seeing if he
motherfuckers, like even in the Kendrick community, motherfuckers asking, this is the perfect time to roll out.
And I get it. As a K-Dot fan, do I want an album? Absolutely. If he don't drop it this year, guess who's not worried about it? I got other artists that I like. You know what I mean? So I'm good. He gave me an EP back in May anyway. So I'm good. I'm good. But am I greedy? Absolutely. I do want to hear more music. I want to see if he's going to go back and attach himself to some West Coast beats, to a West Coast sound, and I want to know who's going to be featured on it and stuff like that. But no, if he back in that cave somewhere in Alaska or Hawaii, then let him be.
I'm just saying Drake is ramping up the you know what I mean, the content output.
Well, he has to. He has to. He has a much larger fan base spread it out everywhere. So he got to feed all them people.
I want you to cook, Sin, but I think it's. Listen, I'm not Kendrick. Obviously, the battle has Kendrick looking. I don't want to say better than ever, but he's looking immaculate right now. He's good. You know what I'm saying? But much like the Drake situation that we're bringing up now, where it's like he set a standard for hits, and if the hits don't hit, it looks funny in the light. I feel like that's what Kendrick was post Mr. Morale, where it's like Kendrick is known to be the classic guy, the album, the body of work guy. So it's like I am very interested to hear like what direction is going, because Kendrick don't drop music to just drop music. So I don't think he's just gonna drop. You know what I'm saying? But the concepts, the themes, just like the production, just like Baylor said, I'm very interested, because at the end of the day, one battle or not, the Drake shit is gonna go away eventually, and Kendrick is gonna be standing on his own as the artistic person he is. And he set a standard for a certain level when his albums dropped that it didn't reach to a lot of us last time. So I'm very interested to see where Kendrick is, when we do hear the album.
Mace, you want to know why I want to call cap on that? Because whether or not he drops a classic album, if it's not for your ears, what does it even matter? Are you even looking for the music? Or are y'all
Kendrick,
y'all just hopping on the bandwagon saying he drops every 5 years?
Nah, you know, at the end of the day, Kendrick is Kendrick. I feel like
what does that mean to you though? What does that mean to you when you say stuff like, "Well, Kendrick is Kendrick"? I know when I say Drake is Drake, we all know what that means. What does K Dot mean to you?
What I'm saying is that I think that Kendrick fans, because of what Kendrick stands for, Kendrick fans are much more likely to hate Drake than an average Drake fan is to hate Kendrick. I don't think Drake fans go around before the battle. After this battle, you probably gonna hear it a lot. But I don't think it was quite a thing for Drake fans to be like, I don't like Kendrick. I feel like everybody loves Kendrick, bro. Everybody loves his music, and I feel like regardless of the fan base, J. Cole came out and said,
I need to be on your timeline.
Hold up. Because you realize I'm here, and you realize we have done over 100 in-studio episodes, plus all of these lives, plus all of these YouTube cookups, and I've heard you and Jaws and Deanie.
And Deanie never show up when I'm here.
And Deanie don't ever show love.
Mr. Morales. That's what I'm saying. Kendrick had, in the same way that if Drake, every song Drake don't drop isn't a number one, we're like, what's going on with you, my nigga? When Kendrick was on a classic run, 3 classic albums in a row, and listen, you talk about the Drake fan, you talk about, the Future fan, and you talk about the Big Sean fan. None of us really fuck with, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all was like, what's going on here, Kendrick? I've gone on record saying, J. Cole is the person that I hate his guts. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's who I hate, bro. Like, Kendrick had a top 10 spot to me before the battle, and I'm on the record saying that on the show. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's crazy to say like, he set a standard, and obviously the battle has distracted you from that, but the battle don't have nothing to do with the body of work I expect a great body of work, but if it's not, we will look at him a certain way because people didn't respond to Mr. Morale in the same way.
Yeah, as far as me, I don't know. I don't want to start feeding into this, this rapid pace culture of, constantly putting out content. It's, it's been over a month since the Not Like Us video. At this point. And a month feels like an eternity now in terms of content. And like with all this energy that Kendrick had with this battle, the battle records, the pop out, then the video, it sure felt like there was a lot of energy behind him. And for him to just like disappear for like a month straight, now it's like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be like, look, if there was ever a time to just like fucking strike, like don't wait, just fucking put it out there. You got a joint, that song that he had on the intro to the Not Like Us video. Yeah, put that shit out there. That shit sound like it's finished to me. I'm sorry, I heard 4 bars of it. That shit sound. Put those 4 bars out on the screen. You know what I mean?
Sin, let me know this then. I agree with you. If you can answer this then, does it benefit us more or him? He has already proven that he moves on his own clock.
And I'm the number one person to respect that. I promise you, I'm the number one person to respect that. But see, like, I don't know. It's just a feeling of like, Kendrick ain't never been outside like this before. You know what I mean? I want him to stay outside a little bit more.
But that's the fan. But his
made it feel like he was right about.
Like he was right around the corner. Yeah. With another one.
That's what
I need that.
But like. You know what that was though, right? That was him flinching at Drake before the video finished. That's all it was. It got us excited. I get it.
I don't know, man. Kendrick, or Punch, or anyone. If you out there, if you watching, if you listening, like, come on, man. Don't let this guy, this Canadian, try to take over the game again, man.
But this is all social media, though. That's all it is. It's social media. We're trying to rush the process again. We did this last time.
I'm not trying to rush the process. I'm just, trying to you know what I mean? Just I don't know. Speed
What if you
it
want
up a little bit.
And it's like, what's wrong? Why is it only a crime when we ask Kendrick for music? We do this from all great artists. We like, yo, I can't wait.
No, y'all do that. Y'all do that to
you know what I
this
mean? Now
era.
Kendrick
Y'all do
is
that
like,
to
why
this
you fucking
era.
with his?
Y'all do that to
we
this
do that
era.
to everybody. They you don't think we waiting on that Nas and Primo.
You just said Drake. You said Drake dropped every day for 15 years.
that's him though. But I'm saying like you don't think every artist.
It's never been K-Dot. Y'all didn't have a problem with it prior to Mr. Morale. And whatever happened to the head honchos dropping in the fourth quarter? What happened to that? What happened to dropping in the fourth quarter? Did that die out too?
I mean, I don't even think nobody pays attention to that anymore. Has Kendrick ever dropped in the fourth quarter?
He probably hasn't. But I'm saying, whatever happened to that? Can he drop in the fourth quarter and we eat then?
When does Taylor Swift drop? And that's when I know when the big dogs drop.
She could drop. Hey, she could drop. She could drop yesterday and it's going.
Oh man, let me get to these super chats real quick. Hitman 1887 with the 199. You know what I mean? Damson. Damson don't want motherfuckers to drop music. Let me put this up. A little rusty. I'm not the usual point guard like Job. You know what I mean? So Hitman 1887 with the $2 super chat. Damson. Sin don't want ninjas to drop music. That's crazy. And I'm not saying I don't want motherfuckers to drop music. I'm just I can't help it. Based on Drake's track record, I'm gonna always look at what Drake's angle is. You know what I mean? I'm not just gonna look at Drake dropping free music on the website and be like, oh shit, what a nice guy. Like, I'm gonna yo, what's the angle, bro? What's the angle? And would you have done this before this Kendrick beef? You know what I mean? Or is this just a move of somebody spiraling who doesn't know what the best next move is? That's all I'm saying.
There's a lot of people, and I think Hitman is trying to allude to this. I wouldn't put Sin in this camp. But there's a lot of people who never wanted Drake to drop anyway before the beef, saying Drake never drop again. And people are thinking in their minds like this is the general sentiment, when it's like a lot of niggas wasn't fucking with him anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if there's niggas who was like drop yesterday Drake that's like today no, don't drop. That's what I'm trying to say.
Can we say the same for K-Dot?
Whoever, we all want K-Dot to drop. That's the point.
No. What you just said is people may not look at him in the same way, in the same light like we did before, right? But when it come to K-Dot, how are we supposed to look at him? He has given us what he has given us. He hasn't changed up his format at all. He might change it up now that he's not under TDE, and he might do things a little bit different. But
my thing is this, and it's like a lot of people in the chat are saying the same thing. That's a compliment. Like you just went crazy when you dropped it. Like that's a compliment, bro. Like niggas want somebody who drops high level music to drop. We not like. Ain't it worse to be like, yo, we good forever, Kendrick? No, like we want to hear this shit. Like
it's not that we good forever. It's just that
we good, bro.
Going off of what y'all was saying. K-Dot don't drop as fast as y'all want him to. He gives y'all about 7 tracks, seven tracks, an EP, and it's like, all right, now we want an album. But it's like everything that he did was strategic. So why this album can't be strategic? We just want to hurry up and rush it. We just want it right now.
The strategy is fast. That's all we hoping, man.
Okay, all right,
you know all right.
I get it.
We want to hear the music.
I ain't mad.
You know.
I'm not mad at strategizing. You know what I mean? I don't want him to be haphazard. I couldn't even imagine a haphazard Kendrick Lamar. You know what I mean? That's it. That just, you know what I mean? It's an oxymoron. That shit doesn't go together.
I feel like if he did drop it when y'all wanted him to, it'd be one of those, well, he's feeding off of the beef. That's another excuse.
I can see that.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like the whole Drake thing. He's damned if he do, he's damned if he don't.
Right.
So it's like,
I can see that.
let them do what they want to do right now. We suggest that Drake takes a break. He's not. He's about to feed his fan base. We want K-Dot to switch roles with Drake and drop consistently. He's not. They're gonna go back to who they are. Or what we about to see if Drake turns into another person or not. We don't know.
That's facts, man. Man of many faces. All right, let's go to the next super chat. I am Aboriginal with the $5 holla. Brother, keep bringing up streaming numbers for the most marketed and promoted rap artists is funny.
I forgot the last time Drake had a marketing. Like, Drake don't do interviews. He just kind of dropped. Like, there's some people who be marketing the fuck out of themselves. I see him on every podcast. I see him everywhere. Yeah. But, you know.
He had the shit with Bobby Althoff.
Yeah, he was the first one, right? We didn't even know she was yet.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Which is a disappointment of itself. But because I am Aboriginal.
So blame Drake for that, everyone. That's the moral of the story there.
He's he's in here often, so I'm not just gonna blow him off. You know what I mean? Pause. But
whoa,
I think
that's a wild.
Right. That's kind of crazy. But it's like to act like the streaming numbers are a thing. Kendrick is killing in streaming numbers. So this battle is a battle of reputation. It's a battle of numbers. It's a battle of bars. It's on every level. You know what I mean? So forgive us. We're not obsessed with numbers. This is not that type of podcast. But in this situation, we got to analyze everything from every angle.
Yeah, that's a fact. And you bring up a great point, Mace, right there when you said it's a battle of reputation, because like it brings me back to like a lot of people saying that like this battle wasn't really about the bars. You know what I mean? It wasn't solely about who's the better MC. And I'm like, bro, like, you know, when was the last time that a high impact battle was solely about the bars? Like, it's about the reputation. And even going all the way back to the original days of hip hop, it was about the bars, but it was also about reputation. Like,
yeah,
the winner of the battle was the most reputable MC. You know what I mean? That's the whole point. It's just over time, there's a lot more other factors that feed into like the reputation of an artist. You know what I mean? And we can't just make it like it's just about the bars. Like reputation, there's a lot more factors that feed into that. You know what I mean? So good point, Mace. Hitman 1887 spinning the block with another $2. Wow. When is Kenny gonna drop? His fans starving. Yeah, well, you know what I mean? We just chopped up about that. You know what I mean? Chop that up.
I just made tacos, again. So I'm good.
Hitman was going in. Hold up, man.
Hitman 1887.
Feel satisfied.
Once again,
listen.
Salute to you.
I never knew that Kendrick fans hated Drake this much, and I'm not. Listen,
it's vice versa though.
But I didn't notice.
But Hitman 1887 again, they gotta hate to feel satisfied. I'm not sure who or what he was referring to about hating to feel satisfied, but salute to you. You know what I mean? You're the MVP for this live. And then this one right here with the $1, salute to you, bro.
Hey,
appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
I mean, every dollar counts.
Yep.
That's a fact. Yeah, I think we could cap this off right here, unless y'all got any other thoughts. Nah?
No, I think we covered all bases. I'm anxious to hear what Jarv and Deanie got to say about this.
That's a fact.
So, you know what I mean?
Deanie don't never show up when I come to work. Hey, what you gonna? Hey, Mace.
Deanie out it, man. What's going on?
Hey, Mace, what you gonna do if he drop another gig like next Tuesday?
If it's only 3 more songs, we good at the EP. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna let the TikTokers, you know, that section of the fan base, they can decipher all of them fucking videos, because I'm not, bro. I ain't gonna.
Hey, Mace, if K-Dot drop a gig on Twitter, what's gonna happen?
Listen, man, we gonna be up here talking again, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we want.
I want Kendrick to drop, not because I want it to be bad, not because I want Kendrick music, bro. Like, he's at a high level right now. I heard the snippet too.
Thanks.
You like this? You like it though? Pause.
Deanie was fun.
Deanie was definitely fun, man. He be fun sometimes, man. You don't want to admit it.
Shout out to Deanie, man. He always have his vacation hours when I come to work. That's crazy. That's crazy how you don't show up.
But we gonna wrap this up again. Reminder to like, comment, subscribe, run the numbers up, get us in the algorithm. Again, we need at least 350 likes. There's 406 people still in this chat right now. All of y'all, head over to that thumbs up button, hit the like, you know what I mean? Again, comment, even if you fucking want to hate us, curse us out, we don't care, you know what I mean? Let us know what you think. You know what I mean? If you subscribe, tell a friend and tell that friend to tell a friend. Hit that subscribe button. We almost at 18K, you know what I mean? On the road to 20K, soon come, you know what I mean? Follow us on the socials, Instagram, Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter. You know what I mean? You see the Cash App. Just if you want to randomly hit that, just, you know what I mean? Those couple dollars, we would greatly appreciate it. Roundtablemerch.com. New merch coming soon. Again, you know what I mean? Check into that. And we got episode 103 dropping on Thursday. Once again, it was going to drop tonight, right? But then Drake decided to drop 100 gigabytes on everybody's head. Pause. So we have to chop it up about that, man, because that's
shout out
just,
to all
that's
the
a
Drake
crazy
fans.
move,
Hey,
that's
Drake
a fact.
fans, go tell another Drake fan to tell another Drake fan. Come to the chat, man. Come on,
Facts.
we cool over here.
It's not bad over here, man.
We don't hate you. I mean,
nah, I don't hate him at all. I love him. I love him. And be patient. Drake got a lot of music for y'all. What kind of food is he gonna feed y'all? I don't know. We all don't know. But know that y'all gonna get fed. Y'all gonna get fed though.
Facts. So yeah, episode 103 dropping Thursday. You know what I mean? Tune into that for sure. Mace, take us out, man.
Hey man, that's my boy BTG, the West Coaster in town. My cousin, illegitimately, you know what I'm saying? We ain't done the 23andMe yet. That's my dog right there. Shouts. We was just talking about Baylor, 6th man of the year. That's the man new of the team,
That's
bro.
Like, fact.
What's going on, bro?
Hey, do you know how difficult it is to come off the bench when you was a starter that led a championship team? But look, I'll take the pay cut, though. I'll take the pay cut.
Argentina did get gold that one year. I remember that year, man. Listen, man.
Hey, I'll take the pay cut. I remember
that. I'm Nacito, you know what I mean? They've been calling me the OV ho in the chat, which is cracking me the fuck up. I ain't heard that in real life, but I do hear it in the chat. You know what I mean? This is Sincere, the rap snob, the mayor of this shit. He holding down the point guard duties. Shout to Jaw, shout to Dean, and we see y'all later, man. But this is the Rap Roundtable, and we out of here.
Real quick, shouts to Marcos.
Hey, Marco, that's my dog, man.
Drake gonna run to New York. Know that. Yeah, man. Listen. Listen, we got big New York energy on 103, so tune into that for sure, man. Anyway,
thank you, Tasha.
For the Rap Roundtable, we out of here. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Hold on.